Oh my god, it's been a minute since I did one of these. First things first, I hit a flat line. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna come out and say like family issues or I was doing something. No, I'm gonna be straight up honest. I hit a flat line. I was really lazy over the weekend, and I just didn't come across making a video. It was really bad. I hit a really bad flat line. I didn't even go to the gym. So I'm back today. I went to the gym. I worked. I feel good. I feel great. I feel motivated. I got the fresh cut. Without further ado, let's go straight to the video. Alright, this is my spiritual awakening story. This is the first time that I've ever told anybody my spiritual awakening story. This is the first time that I've ever even spoken about it to anybody else. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is because I hit a milestone on my channel, and I recently hit, I ain't gonna say it because it's a mystery, but I hit a milestone on my channel, and I'm very happy. I'm very happy, and you guys are awesome, bro. I love the support. I love everybody tuning in. I love all the messages, the feedback. Even if you don't agree with, even if you think everything that I'm saying is bullshit, I still appreciate you tuning in. Even if we don't meet eye to eye with everything that I say, I still appreciate you tuning in. Even if you don't like me, I still appreciate you tuning in, listening to what I have to say, and giving feedback. It means the world to me. This is what I love doing. I want to open people's minds. I want to make people have a mind of their own. We've been indoctrinated in this system, and we really don't think for ourselves. So I want to put this message out there, shed my light, and help people awaken to who they truly are as a person. So without further ado, let's get straight to the story. This happened around March. Now, this happened right after Pop Smoke died. For those of y'all don't know, Pop Smoke was a rapper from Brooklyn. He did drill rap. He was hot 2019, late 2019, early 2020. He had a good run going, and he got murdered. I'm pretty sure it was a hit. I'm pretty sure they placed a hit on him. He was out in his Los Angeles party, Airbnb. He rented a mansion, and he was throwing a party, and he got caught lacking. I'm pretty sure it was a hit, but that's off topic. Now, the reason that plays a huge role in my spiritual awakening, because when that happened, it really hit me. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and say Pop Smoke was my favorite rapper, but at the same time, I'm not going to sit up here and say that seeing somebody young die doesn't get to me. It does get to me. Pop Smoke was only 20 years old, and it seems like a lot of these rappers die at a very young age. A lot of these rappers die, I mean, you see it. Rappers drop like flies. I mean, from Lil Peep, Lil Snoop, X, the list goes on. Mac Miller, Juice WRLD, Pop Smoke, the list goes on. But I started thinking to myself, like, why do all these rappers keep dying? Like, there has to be something deep behind why celebrities die so often. So I did the research. I went home. I remember because I got the news that Pop Smoke died while I was in school, and for the rest of the day at school, I was just thinking to myself, like, what the fuck is going on in the industry? There's something going on in the industry that I'm not aware of. So I went home later that day, and I did the research, and that's when I went down the rabbit hole. And that's when I came across rappers selling their souls, sucking dick to get to where they're at, sacrificing family members, all that deep shit, MK Ultra. That's when I really found out about all that deep evil, occultic, deep shit. That's when I found out about all that. When I found out about all that, it shook me, bro. It shook me. And if for anybody that's ever had a spiritual awakening, it feels like you're pushed out of the system. Like, your mom and dad don't even exist. They're just side characters. You don't identify with this body. You realize that you're a spirit. You realize that you're a spirit inside of a body, having a human existence, and that everything you love is meant to destroy you. And it's the most scariest, loneliest, like, bro, you literally feel like what? I don't know, like, for those y'all that had a spiritual awakening, you definitely know exactly what I'm talking about. But you just feel like you're just one thing. Like, you're one person living in a simulation, and your mom and dad are not real, they're characters, and you're something inside of a body and you have a consciousness, you just realize that this world that you grew up loving and believing that it was real was never real in your entire life. You realize that the world is fake and everything is an illusion. So that spirit, that hit me. That hit me. And as soon as I felt that, I started doing more research. And that's when I came across the channel Spiritual Soul. Spiritual Soul really put me onto YouTube. I'm not gonna lie, if it wasn't for Spiritual Soul, I would have never made this channel. And he basically gave me the blueprint for spirituality. Like, Spiritual Soul was the channel that really laid everything down for me. Like, everything that I used to think of as a kid, he laid it down and brought it to light and made it make sense and made me be comfortable with me realizing that I'm not the only one that's thinking these thoughts, and I'm not the only one that believes that there's something wrong about this world. You see, I always knew something was always wrong with this world. Ever since I was growing up as a kid, I always felt like I was here before. I always felt like I had a past life. I always felt like I was here before. Like, ever since I was a kid, I always had it in the back of my head that something was wrong with this world, but I couldn't really quite put my thumb on it. But that's when Spiritual Soul really put it down for me. He really laid it down and gave me the groundwork and everything about being spiritual. And funny enough, I used to really not like Spiritual Soul, because I remember when he first started on YouTube, he had the channel Soul Illuminati, and I was really big on NBA 2K and the whole 2K community and Cash Nasty and all them. So I remember seeing him doing one-on-one. He was supposed to 1v1 Cash Nasty, but that never happened. And I just thought he was a cocky dude. Like, he was just an arrogant piece of shit. And I just didn't really like him. But hey, I mean, that just shows, like, you never really know what can happen in your life. Like, this guy that I didn't like on YouTube ended up enlightening me to my spiritual existence. So it's funny how things work. And yeah, I mean, ever since I did the research, I remember that night I was just laying in my bed and I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep for shit. I was staying up all night just like paranoid, bro. I was paranoid. I was like, it's like for the first time in your life you feel like everything is a lie. You feel like you're just, like, you're nothing. It's hard to explain it, bro. It's hard to put the exact feeling that I had, but I want to make myself clear. Spiritual awakening is not it's not something you choose. You can choose to go through it, but how can I say it? It's not something that you just, it's not a mindset. It's kind of, it's a feeling. Having a spiritual awakening, it's a feeling. It's a feeling of, like, realizing, holy shit, like, everything around me isn't real. There's just characters. Like, this isn't really my body. I'm just a glob of meat. I'm just a spiritual being having a human existence. It's a feeling that you get. So yeah, I mean, this was a tough pill to swallow, and I had plenty of opportunities to have a spiritual awakening growing up. I remember my freshman year going into my sophomore year, I was really depressed. That's when I broke up with my ex-girlfriend, and I just was really depressed. Like, I was on the urge of committing suicide. I feel like I didn't belong here. I feel like I was an outcast. I felt like nobody really appreciated me. I felt like I was neglected from my friends. I felt like I didn't really get the love that I really deserved from the people around me, and that made me hate myself as a person. But as a result of that, that made me want to put myself into online school. And I did online school. I did online school for about 3 days, and I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't do that shit. I couldn't just sit in bed and just work off a laptop. I couldn't focus, so I went back to public school, and I basically grown up. I learned to accept my flaws. I learned to accept who I am, and I learned to not find love out of other people, but to find it in myself. The biggest lesson that I learned so far in my life is all the love, all of the respect, all of the fun times, all of the happiness that you ever need, You need to find it yourself. You can't find that in anybody else, because nobody's going to make you happy but you. And that's just the truth. Now that's a little off topic, but the night after, I couldn't even go to school. I remember I skipped school because I realized that school was just, it was nothing. It didn't mean shit to me. It never meant shit to me. I really never liked school. The only reason why I liked school was because I got to communicate with a lot of people. I got to meet a lot of great people. I got to meet a lot of beautiful women. I got to meet a lot of great teachers. And I just, besides that, I never really liked school. I was a below average student. I barely passed high school. And I just always thought high school was, it was just a joke. It was a scam. I just don't like the school system. I really don't like the school system at all. Me doing what I'm doing right now, I can make money off of doing that. You don't need to go to college to have a successful life. Let me clarify that. Depending on what you want to do in life, you don't need to go to college. Now, if you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, then yes, go to college. But they try to paint this picture that college is the end all be all. You need to go to college to be successful in life, which is not true at all. So that's off topic. I didn't go to school. Now, luckily, this was the brightest point in my spiritual awakening, and this is what really made me want to pursue YouTube and made me want to pursue chasing my dreams. And that is, my mom's on my side. My mom's on my side, my family's on my side, and they're both spiritual. They're both spiritual. My mom is more spiritual than my dad. My dad has an inclination on it, but we still have talks. We still talk about what goes on. We'll still talk about deep shit, but my mom supports me. She rides for me. She understands me 100%. She's really into it like I am. So just me having the support of my mom, that's what made this journey beautiful. That's what made this journey amazing. I wouldn't take back a second of this. Like, I love what I'm doing. This is amazing. I'm so blessed to be able to have some sort of support system standing by my side. And I really appreciate y'all tuning in every day, listening to what I have to say, and it resonating with you. So yeah, this is the complete story. This is my spiritual awakening story. I hope some of y'all found comfort in this video, because I know spiritual awakening, it's not the easiest thing to go through. You know, you may have people that will try to knock you down, call you crazy, turn their back on you. You may have family members that shun you, try to take it away from you, try to push you down, try to tell you that what you're doing is not right. But I want to let you know something. The real ones will always stand by your side no matter what. And look at the spiritual awakening like God doing the work of cutting people out of your life. You see, the people that are meant to be in your life are going to be always by your side. They're always going to love you for who you are and respect the fact that you had a spiritual awakening. You see, the fake ones will walk away. The fake ones won't think twice. The fake ones will say that it's wrong. So don't look at it as a bad thing. At the end of the day, it's all going to make sense. Everything's going to come in full circle. And you're just here to have a human existence, enjoy life for what it is, and make the best out of it. So with all that being said, if y'all let this video motivated, if y'all let this video inspired, or if you let this video a better person, then I did my part. Other than that, peace, love, positivity. I love y'all. Take care of yourself. Peace.